Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kathy Hutto, and I am a homeschool mom, a Christian, a homeschool mom, and a homepreneur. So, for the past 4 years, I've been teaching through a classroom platform called Outschool. So, I want to talk to you today about maybe this being something that you'd like to do to earn some extra income. For me, Outschool has been a full-time job for working on 4 years, and it helped put my two kids through college. I'm a single mom, not by choice. So, in 2012, just to tell you a little bit about my story, and you can read about it in the description, my husband of 17 years came into our bedroom, called me into our bedroom, and spoke two words that seemed to instantly cancel out the two that he told me 17 years earlier at the altar. I do became I'm done. Well, we had been a homeschool family, so I really didn't know what I was going to do, but God had his plans to help me and to provide for me, and he has all of these many years later. So the first thing that I started doing was teaching or tutoring ESL students, parents, moms really, and also children in the afternoon after school. And so that kind of helped us to get on our feet because I had not had a job. I was just homeschooling at that time. So after that, a job opened up with my church, and the children's minister asked me if I wanted to be the preschool director, and I did that for 7 years. And the first thing that he said to me was, "You can still homeschool your children and do this job." So I did that for 7 years. Well, when they got a little bit older, I also added in VIP Kid, which is a platform. It's also an online teaching platform, but you might be familiar with that. That's teaching children in China. And so I did that for years. But the problem with that is you have to do it really early in the morning or really late at night, in the wee hours of the morning or night when it's the opposite time in China. So for me, 4 o'clock a.m. was 4 o'clock afternoon after school for them. So you see that that was a little bit of a challenge, although it really worked fine for my homeschool schedule because I could work my own hours when after the kids were in bed or before they got up. So I did that for a while, and then I knew that I needed something that was just a little more substantial and more, I would call, full time. And so I began to do Outschool. Now, Outschool is an online teaching platform. It's based out of California, and most of my students are students that are here in the United States. However, I do have some classes early in the morning or late at night that from time to time I offer for the international students. And that is the beauty of Outschool. You can work it however you'd like to. So, homepreneurs, today I want to talk to you about teaching on the Outschool platform. So, I'm going to show you what Outschool looks like. Outschool.com, the website looks like this. And if I scroll down, you can see that there are a lot of options. So you can teach whatever class you'd like to. You do not have to have a teaching degree. You just have to be 18 years old or older. You could teach something that is a hobby for you, like cooking or chess, or if you want to talk about travel, or you could teach lots and lots of ideas here of what other people are teaching. But at the bottom of this, you can see, hold on just a moment. It's loading. Here it is. You can see lots and lots of categories of classes. So maybe you'd like to teach art, or maybe photography, or maybe you're great with English and you want to teach essay writing, or maybe math, science and nature, world languages, coding and tech. Maybe you want to teach life skills. That's where cooking is, and finance. Music, maybe you want to teach guitar or piano or singing. There's a social studies section, and then here's another learner favorite section, which has fun things like drawing, Minecraft, or some of your languages like Spanish and French. So you really just have to decide what you want to teach and just think about what you're good at. What could you build a class around? Now, that's the first step. Now, you will have to apply to teach, and there will be just a little process there, just submitting a video. They just want to make sure that you have, a camera and microphone and high-speed internet, the things that you need to teach online. And then once you decide what class you want to teach, all you have to do is, I'm going to go right here to teach at the top, and I'll show you. Here's all the classes that I've created so far. I have 25 classes that are mine, but I could easily create a new one by just going up here to the top, create a class. Now, Outschool, the platform is very, very user-friendly. So I'll just create a class really fast. I'm going to do, let's do story time. I have lots of story time and art classes. So story time and art. And I have lots of themed classes. So I might have a week that we're doing farm or rainforest or Pete the cat. For this one, I'm going to do apples. All right, so then I hit next, and I get to decide if I want this to be a live group class. And this is through Zoom, and it's very, very easy to use. Do not be intimidated by that at all, because you just simply go, I'll show you, on this platform and connect to Zoom. You could see all your students on the screen on one side, or you could make them big. I see mine all over my screen is all of my students that I can see very easily. And I can share my screen with all of them. If there's a worksheet that we're working on, you could do a self-paced class, which is where you record. This is something fairly new for Outschool. You record your class, and then this is completely passive income. Once you record yourself teaching the class, you can put it on Outschool, and then everything's already done. The students just enroll and they watch the video, and you've put any resources they need to have on your class. So on that class page. So that's a great, great option. And then you could do a live one-on-one class, like maybe tutoring, maybe private tutoring. Maybe that would be a great time to do private piano lessons, or my sister tutors language arts or test preparation, things like that. So once you decide, I think mine will be a self-paced class for this one. You can see that the next step 3 of 3, is to decide what kind of class you want it to be. Do you want it to be a course with a fixed length that builds on prior lessons and follows a syllabus? Do you want it to be just an enrichment or club? Do you want it to be a one-time activity? So you decide. And for my story time class in art, I'm going to make it a one-time activity. And congratulations, you've just created a new class. And so now you just add the class details. So I'll click there. And then here is an overview of what your class is going to be about. You just type in a little parent summary here and a learner summary. You pick a subject. And for this, I'll put early education, and I'm going to teach it in English. And then you can add an image, like a cover image, like a thumbnail, basically. And then I'll just kind of scroll through so you can see. Mine is going to be self-paced, and the content won't build. It's just a storytime and art class. I can pick the age. I might say, I think for a story time, maybe 3 to 10 would enjoy it. And I could even pick the grade levels if I want to. Preschool, pre-K, kindergarten. I think first grade would still enjoy a circle time, a story time, and second grade would enjoy the art project. You can decide if you have a proficiency level that you want to select. It's optional, so you don't have to. And you can add some other details that are optional. You could come here and say, this is for your English as a second language learners that might take the class. You can say it's fine for any learner who just started learning English, or if they need to be familiar with English a little more, you can kind of choose that right there. You can add a syllabus, which just tells the topics that you're going to do. So I add a syllabus, and I usually add the name of all 5 books that I'm going to offer in my Storytime and Art class. Here's this class description, and basically you're going to put everything about the class, just what is the class about. You're going to choose 3 learning goals. Outschool likes for you to put 3 learning goals. And so for a storytime class, I'm going to say, they're going to get listening comprehension, their vocabulary will be increased, and they're also going to get to complete an art project. How many hours will they spend outside of class? And what will they receive? My class will have projects, art projects, and the projects will be 3 to 6, because there's one art project for every book, and there are 5 books. So we'll do 5 projects, and then this is optional to add details and feedback. I just will put available or upon requests. Because if a student wanted to, through the Outschool platform, send me a picture of their art project, I would definitely give them some feedback and encouragement. You can select the grading type, and mine is really, I'm going to put other, because there's really no grades for story time, and available upon request. Like I said, they can send in their work and I'll be glad to give feedback for it. There's just a couple of other optional things, like, if the parent needs to help with the class, or if you've got some expertise you want to share, you could put that right there. You could add some resources. For example, if you teach a class and they need to order a particular textbook, you could add that information right there. Supply list. This is just a little welcome. I'm excited that you've joined, my class. And then you can set the price. Now, Outschool gives you some suggestions, but you can set the price. I'm going to say $10 for, this is 1 week, 5 stories, 5 books, and 5 art projects. And you can find on Outschool suggested right here, how much is suggested for you to charge. So you're not on your own trying to figure out what to charge. So I'm going to save this as a draft because I still have some work to do. But when I'm finished, when I'm ready, I can accept new enrollments right here. And then I can, right here, it says request listing. I'll hit that, and Outschool will take a look and make sure that it's, that I've included everything that I need to. And then they'll approve the class, and it will go. I'm going to go up here to my classes. It will go right here in the list of classes that I have available. It will just be added to this when it's ready. When it's listed, you can see right there, it says listed. All right, so that's kind of in a nutshell how to start teaching on Outschool. Let me think if there's anything else I want to tell you about. You are paid through Outschool every Sunday. So Outschool takes 30%. So whatever you set as your class, as the price, I guess, of your class, then you can expect to get 70%. Outschool will take 30% of that class. And I'm going to go right here and show you. Well, let me go to my schedule. Up here at the top is my schedule. So you can see this many people have my self-paced classes, are in my self-paced classes right now. And then this is my current schedule. So I have a 5:30 a.m. class. That's really for international students. And I have a 7 o'clock a.m. class, and 10 and 11 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I have a couple of evening classes that I've just opened up for Pacific Coast students, because 7 o'clock for me on the Eastern Coast is 4 o'clock for California and the Pacific Coast. So that's after school for them. And also my international students, 9 o'clock p.m. for me is 9 o'clock a.m. for them. So I can catch maybe some of those international students at that time. So this is currently what I'm teaching live, just this one class. And I teach that same class over and over and over all day long. So it's not hard. I'm repeating what I've already done. I'm just doing it with different students with a different class all throughout the day. But I'm really trying to grow my self-paced classes. This is all passive income once you get it on there. And that's been fun. That's fairly new, so I'm still growing that out. So I hope that this gives you an idea of how you can be a homepreneur and you can use Outschool. Like I said, it put both of my children through college with no student loans and no student debt. And so Outschool has been a very big blessing for our family. And I hope that it could be a great blessing for your homeschool. Now, if you're thinking there's so many classes on Outschool and so many teachers, is it even worth it for me? No, and you're right. There are a lot of classes. There are 140,000 classes on Outschool right now. I looked it up. But there are 1 million students enrolled on Outschool right now, and that includes 195 countries. So with 1 million students, there is something for everyone. As a teacher, you can definitely make this work for you. It does take a little time to get discovered and kind of build up your classes. So my best advice to you and what I did to get started was I did a vowel people class. Let me show you really fast. I have my vowel people stick puppets. And I just taught the vowels and their sounds. It was a 30-minute class one time, and I did it hundreds of times. I did it over and over and over. And from that, I thought, you know what? I could create more of an ongoing class for the whole school year. And so from there, those students who already knew me from the vowel people class, I just kind of talked to them about this new circle time class that I had. And so many of those students joined me there, and that's what got me started. So I would recommend a one-time class just to build up those. And it was a group class. It was just a one-time class, but there were several students in the group. And that's the beauty. I didn't say that really, but that's the beauty of Outschool. Now, whatever you're charging for your class, so for example, the circle time class that I do is $50 a week, and that's Outschool's suggestion. And that seems high to me as a homeschool mom. I don't think I would pay that, but there are a lot of people around the country that would and that do and that are happy to do that for their child to have a class like mine, a complete curriculum class like mine. So that's $50 per week per student. So if I have, let's just say 6 students in the class, because my 7 o'clock class has 6 students, that's 50 times 6 per hour or per week. So you can do the math and work that out per hour, what it comes to. So it's a very good hourly rate. And remember, Outschool is going to take 70%, but you'll be left with, they'll take 30%. You'll be left with 70%. So, but it still is a very viable option for homepreneurs. So hopefully this gives you a little idea, and I'm pretty sure that I've left something out. So if you have a question, would you please leave a comment below, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. I'm also going to put my referral link below. If you want to teach through Outschool, I have a personal teacher referral link, and I'll put it down below, and I would be very honored if you would use that and give Outschool a try. Thank you. I hope that that this is a blessing to you, and I will see you next time.